Hey everybody, this is David at Barnyard Bees, and out in the bee yard today doing a little bit of winter hive maintenance, making sure everything's right before going into winter. Make sure I haven't missed any entrances being reduced. Make sure all the hives are tilted forward, everything looks good. And what's that humming noise? Oh yeah, look at the bees. I'm sitting here by my feeder, and the bees are just tearing this feeder up. Now, as you know, it's November 18th, and the pollen is pretty much gone. The goldenrod, I did a video there a couple weeks ago, and since then we've had 2 or 3 good freezes, and it's pretty much shot. There may be just a remnant of goldenrod left, but not very much. And so, just like I told you before in the past videos, they don't have a source, they will tear this up. So anybody that tried pollen feeding in the past, and if pretty much if you're zone 7 and less, you know, 654 whatever, and if your bees are flying, your goldenrod's done and gone, you put your feeder out, they will take the feed, they will take the pollen. So if you've tried it before and you had problems with them not taking it, try it now, see what happens. So I just wanted to show that, but today's video is we're making our brood builder, and I was going to demonstrate how we do that. You add that to the feed, to your sugar water mix, and it'll prevent nosema. And also another good thing that it does, it preserves the sugar water, especially in the summertime, because it's got the key ingredient inside of it is tea tree oil, and it's got tea tree, wintergreen, spearmint. That's all I put in there, the 3 ingredients. And I'm gonna show you here in a minute how we do that, how we mix it. And also, before we get started, I know there's some news in the beekeeping world. As a lot of you know, Brushy Mountain Bee Supply has went out of business. They're no longer in operation. They're done, they're shut down. And then Kelly Bee has, from what I understand, don't know the complete details, so you have to look it up for yourself for sure. They're somewhat merging with Mann Lake. I'm not sure about if they're going to change their name, if they're going to keep it Kelly Bee, or if they're going to merge completely with Mann Lake. I don't know, but there's been 2 in 2 of the big bee supply operations that's happened over the last couple of weeks. So anyone, you know, look it up online, go read the news for yourself, find out. But having said that, if any of you have been buying bee supplies from either of those and need a place to go, don't forget Barnyard Bees. We have all the supplies you need. We have nukes, packages, queens, everything and anything pertaining to bees, we got it. I can assure you we'll have anything that they had. And very reasonable price. Barnyardbees.com. Don't forget that. I'm getting ready to do a video here in about a few more days, or maybe a week, and I'm going to go around our store and show everyone what all we have. It's been a while since I've done a video on our store, and talk about a few plans that we plan on doing for next year with our videos and such. So stay tuned for that. So having said that, let's get on to making the brood builder. Okay, I'm getting to sit up here on my handy dandy tripod. Hopefully the wind don't blow, because when it does, it really shakes a lot. So whatever you do, make sure a blender that you use is an old trash one like this. See how dirty it is? Pretty bad off. If you use your wife's blender, you're probably going to be in some big trouble. And the reason being, once you put this stuff in here, you can't ever get the smell out. So make sure you use glass. It's very important to use glass. If you use plastic, it'll start eating at the plastic. And even the rubber, see how it's ate at these rubber seals. So as much glass as you can get, even if you can find one that has a glass lid, I don't know, but if you can, but when you're still gonna have to have seals in it. So see how it's deteriorated. That this stuff is essential oils is very strong. So make sure that you use as much glass as possible in your mixer. So what I do is this thing set up right. It's hard to get it seated. There we go. Okay. Now what I do, whatever container you want to start with. Okay. Whatever you start off with, whether it's a quart, a pint, a half a pint, is what you want to fill up with water to dump in your mixer, just like that. So then you've got 3 ingredients. Remember, it's simple: tea tree, wintergreen, spearmint. That's it. The 3 ingredients. Now, it's up to you how strong you want to make this mix. If you want to make it super concentrated, that means you just got to use less. If you want to make it just weak and use it, but to me it don't make sense. If I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it strong, and then you just got to use less in your mix. So what I'll do, this cup right here holds 4 teaspoons. This holds 4 teaspoons right here. So, and this is the tea tree. This is the #1 ingredient right here. If you had only one ingredient, this is an ingredient I would use. You could probably make the mix with just tea tree, because this is the stuff, the tea tree, that helps with nosema, with honeybees. It's a bee diarrhea that they get, especially in the wintertime where they're cooped up and confined to a small space all year. See how they're attracted to that? Look at that bee coming up and smelling that. They really like that, even tea tree. I don't like the smell of tea tree myself, but it's oil. So when you mix oil and water, everyone knows what happens. It doesn't mix. So you got to emulsify it. You got to blend it to get it to mix. You can't just stir it because the oil just rises to the top. So there I put 4 teaspoons. And then the spearmint, I'll put same amount, 4 teaspoons of spearmint. And then the wintergreen, I usually put half of what those were, so I'll put 2. So I usually put only half of the ingredients that you put with the tea tree and the spearmint. So there's the wintergreen. The brand that I use, I like it very well. It's fairly inexpensive. It's called Now Essentials. You can use whatever brand you want, but it's the brand that I like. It seems to be a very good company, and it's fairly inexpensive. It's not that bad. So what you want to do now is, and I'll cut the camera off because this will be too long. So what you'll do, we'll turn on your blender, and you want to mix this for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is what you want to mix it. So let's go ahead and get it started. Okay, I just shut it off while it mixed. And then, look how the bees, they love the smell of this stuff. Even this, I had this old mixer sitting outside, and it's been probably 3 weeks since I made a batch of this, but they was still down there around this lid trying to get to it. So they absolutely love the smell of it. It's a pretty good attractant for them. They love it. They wasn't up here around here until I started opening these ingredients up. I'm a little messy with this. So basically, don't get this mixed up in the refrigerator or something. If somebody takes a drink of that, they're gonna be in trouble. I think it's milk. It just looks like milk. And it's emulsified. It's emulsification. It's where you can blend water and oil. And it's the only way that you can blend it, and it'll stay blended. Once you get it blended, it'll stay blended. I apologize for the camera rocking. I can see it moving a little bit. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. So now, what you do, what I've done with this right here, because remember I used 4 tea tree, 4 spearmint, 2 wintergreen. So now, if you have a gallon of sugar water, regardless if it's 2 to 1, 1 to 1, it doesn't matter. You want to take 1 tablespoon of this and mix it in with your gallon, and that's it. It's pretty strong concentrate. I made it pretty strong. A lot of times, you know, people will go 2, and I've even went up to 4, and I'm about out of this one ingredient, so I was afraid to run out, so I didn't want to run out of it. So you can go 4, and 2, or actually 4 is what I did. Sorry about that. I meant 8. So this is the mix right here is 4 teaspoons of tea tree, 4 spearmint, and 2 wintergreen. That's what this is right here. You want to take 1 tablespoon of this into 1 gallon of sugar water. Now you can double that batch up if you want to and use even less. So that's up to you, but do the math on your own to determine if you want to, you know, increase the concentration or lower it. And that's about it. Don't forget, packages. Right now we're taking orders for 2019. If you want Nukes packages, now's the time to get in there and get them. A lot of those, like I said, a lot of those suppliers are going out of business or merging, so we're still here, and we're hoping to get a lot of people's business because of this. And so don't forget barnyardbees.com. If you need any kind of supplies, we got it. Stay tuned. Next year is going to be a good year. We're going to put out a lot of videos, a lot of instructional videos, and that's about it. Don't forget, like, click on the little bell. Don't forget, subscribe. Thanks for watching Barnyard Bees.